Taco Tuesday. It's Taco Tuesday. Come on. It's Taco Tuesday. It's TacoTuesday.com. Taco Tuesday. It's Taco Tuesday. It's Taco Tuesday. It's Taco Tuesday. Taco Tuesday. It's Taco Tuesday.
What up, guys? Welcome back to another edition of the TacoTuesday.com podcast. Today's podcast is brought to you by Melissa's Produce and Waterloo. We are excited to try Melissa's new avocado and taqueria salsas, which are over there.
Yonder.
I'm your host, Corey, joined once again by my co-host, Crawford of The Best Eats. Today, we are joined by Chef Chris Tzorin and Chef Lauren Smith. You may recognize them from the popular show Next Level Chef Season 3 on Hulu. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you.
Whoa, thank you. Alrighty, so wow. Hulu, Fox, Next Level Chef Season 3. I mean, we just want to talk about it, right? What do you think, Lauren?
We want to say a lot of stuff.
We want to say a lot. I mean,
we can talk about a lot.
Oh, we can talk
about some.
We can
do we do the cheesy taco about it?
Yeah,
I feel like I do that too much, but let's do it
So
anyway.
we should say, what time of this recording, episode 9 is just about to come out? You guys are, 8 episodes in?
Is it episode 7? Wait, 7? I don't know which. I'm already lost.
Well, you guys, I should say that, again, we're midway through the season at the time of this recording, so people can tune in on Hulu, on Fox, check it out, see them, everybody else competing. But yeah, let's unpack this thing, because this show is a monster.
This is the most intense show that Chef Gordon Ramsay is doing right now, for sure, I think. Because, it's like Master Chef. It's pretty cool, but this is timed. You can only grab you have to cook with whatever you grab in 30 seconds. Every chef on the show has said you basically black out. You don't even see what's on there. You see like one thing and you're like, I'm going to grab that one thing. It's a beef tongue and I don't want it, but I'm going to grab it anyways. Like,
Love that was the first ingredient you ran with.
Well,
Love that.
Well, when that platform is leaving you, I mean, you just have your tunnel vision is like, you only see the ingredients that are in front of you, but just when you see it and the thing's moving, you just have to grab and you start grabbing stuff and put it inside your apron. And next thing you come back, next thing you go back to your station, you just dump it and you're like, what did I just grab? Like what? There's sriiracha. I mean, there's mayonnaise. There's a fish. There's this. There's that. It's crazy.
Before we keep diving into it, just for anybody that hasn't seen it right now, and again, go catch up. Kind of describe the show for anybody that hasn't caught up with it, because this is season 3. If they've missed it so far, they're playing a little bit of catch up. Describe kind of how the show works, because this is like, again, there's cooking shows, and then this thing is like cooking show meets like American Ninja, like meets a bunch of stuff.
right.
A gladiator
So I'm going to tell them where they can find it, and then you want to explain how the show works?
Sure.
Okay, you're going to find it on Hulu. It's Next Level Chef Season 3, right? So it's social media chefs, pro chefs, at-home chefs. They all compete against each other and go.
And take it away, Lauren.
Take it.
So basically, the premise of the show is Chef Gordon Ramsay, he started out in these basement kitchens, and he had to work his way up to these Michelin-level kitchens. So there's 3 different levels of kitchens. The basement, the middle kitchen is kind of your standard commercial kitchen, and then the top kitchen is every chef's dream. It has literally every kitchen toy that
Vacuum
you can imagine.
seal machines. Those
Smokers, like it's got everything.
Yeah. Down to the little tweezers.
The little like whipped cream siphons.
Oh, man.
They get used.
Swan
sometimes.
those whipped cream siphons.
Man, you can really make a fancy upscale dish with a siphon. You would be surprised. And so essentially then in the middle of all of this, there's a platform that goes between all of the floors. And we're also having, as Chris said, the 3 different types of chefs, right? There's the pro chef, the home chef, and then the social media chefs.
Right.
And then we all get broken up into teams from our mentors. So it's Chef Gordon Ramsay, Chef Naisha Arrington, and then Chef Richard Blaze. They pick their teams. We have 30 seconds from when the platform starts to descend. Run to the platform as fast as you can. Take down anybody you need to.
Oh, yeah.
Get those ingredients that you need, and then just compose a dish on the fly. And you have, this is actually the first season that it's 20 minutes to cook now.
And not only that, there was a draft this season.
True, yeah.
There was a draft.
So it's definitely different.
Season 1 and 2, they didn't have a draft. So they brought in, how many of us were there? There was
I think there was 28 or 29 of us originally.
Yeah, and then on each team to be part of the draft, you start off with each level, right? So you had to cook on each level, and you started at the basement, and somebody was eliminated right away. Then second level, somebody was eliminated again. Then eliminated, then top 5. And then after that, you went into the draft. You know, you get to get chosen by your mentor. It's almost like a basketball team draft, right? Or a football team, like fantasy draft. I swear.
Kickball at school, but
yeah, it reminded me like a school again. I'm like, hey, pick me.
I was terrified. I'm like the short girl, like short and tiny. I'm like, damn, I'm never gonna get picked for this.
You got to sharpen those elbows.
Right.
No, I do have daggers for elbows, though. I was confident.
So during the draft, I mean,
behind.
behind, right? Her hair, she's like, you know.
I use that.
Oh, sorry. To your left. Yeah.
So it was crazy because, you know, all the social media chefs went against each other. I mean, these are badass social media chefs. I mean, we're talking about chefs from all over the United States. I mean, from all across. There was 3,000 people.
No, well over. I think they told me, I think there were like 200,000 applicants just for the show. Wow. And then I think it went down that actually got some FaceTime for audition was 3,000.
That's right.
Wow.
That's right. That's
and
right.
Then it went down to that like top 28 or 29, and then top 15.
Yeah, that it's nuts. And you know what? I just gotta put it out there. You know, me and Lauren were, you know, Southern California chefs. You know, we had to put it down for Cali love. You know what I mean? Everybody that's out there had to put it down. I'm really proud of that. You know, especially being in Orange County and doing all that. You know, you're a local, San Clemente, right?
Yeah, grew up in San Clemente, born and raised, baby.
Me, of course, Laguna Beach, right? So I just had to put that out there.
I think we're a little bit biased for the Orange County crew, so cool to have you guys.
Yeah,
you know?
right. I just had to put it out there.
For the OC crew, just saying.
And then, you know, even much love to everybody that's out there and that competed against us. You know what I mean? It was cool. Just had to put it out there. But yeah, I mean, it was really cool to see all the social media chefs go against each other. I mean, all the at-home chefs go against each other, and then the one that was crazy, all the pro chefs, we all had a lot of ego, like a huge ego. I mean, man, we were just out there, like you know, just seeing the juggernauts go at it. It was pretty nuts.
Y'all were crazy too, like in backstage, because you know it's pro chefs. They're like, I went to school for this. I'm a professional.
Oh yeah, definitely. We're all flexing.
I spent most of my working years in kitchens and restaurants, so I know how chefs can be. I mean, they run that show.
Oh yeah.
So
and it was very much so like, oh, you're a home. That's so cute.
Oh, can you whip up a PB&J?
And then like, you know, they actually see you come and they're like, oh damn, like, well, wait a minute, actually. You guys actually kind of know what you're doing. You don't necessarily have to go to culinary school. You know what?
Definitely. During the competition, I mean, that's where everybody really shined. I mean, it didn't even matter about school. It didn't even matter what you have, wherever. It mattered that moment. I mean, if you get a shitty grab, you know what I mean? You're
screwed. That's a huge. Yeah, that's like a huge part of the whole thing.
I mean, I remember grabbing the worst on that smash burger. I mean, there was no fat on that burger. It just kind of went. You know what I mean? I was like, what the hell just happened?
You're like, it's a deconstructed smash.
Yeah.
It's elevated.
It's anti-smash.
You know what I mean? And then the tortillas during the elimination, they fell apart. Like,
this guy
it was a shitty grab.
Freaking taco truck, and his tacos just.
I mean, it just fell apart. You know, so I mean, it's not just what you know. It's like it's about what's about to happen, how to pivot. You know, Gordon Ramsay is like pivot. You know, if you're about to go left and you need to go right, make a right. Like, do not think about it twice. You got 20 minutes to grab, cook, and plate and put that bad boy on the platform. If that platform leaves with your plate not on there, you're screwed.
But I think also something that's really interesting, because for me, you know, it's like, I don't know, I'm a chef on a private jet, and a lot of times things go wrong, right? Like a bag gets left behind and you're like, shoot, like 2 of my courses were in there. Now I got to pivot and think of what I'm going to do. But typically I have a little more time than literally like 5 seconds, right? You grab everything and you need to compose an elevated dish that you're about to present to 3 of like the best chefs out there.
Yeah.
Competing for $250,000. And you have 5 seconds to think of something that's super elevated. And also maybe you're in the basement and your pots and pans are crooked and you've got 1 burner. It's like, oh, shoot, like this is heavy. This is intense. And I walked in with a little bit of confidence at first. And then that first day in the basement, like.
You know, I saw the basement kitchen. There's like a strainer that has a whole thing melted out of the side.
Yeah, right?
Shit spilled on the counter. I'm like, you got to go clean the kitchen first? Like, and while you're cooking, you got to clean up and then start. I mean.
You're like, who closed last night?
When you are on the basement floor, for sure.
Right.
Because the guys at the top get the first pick and then the thing goes down and you almost fell through the floor.
Couple of times.
Oh my gosh.
Pretty wild.
I was like, Whoa. We're talking
That's
about
what
this show's
dedication looks
intense.
like, though.
Right?
I needed an ingredient, and unfortunately, my arms were too short to even. I was like reaching hard.
You're not yelling back. You're like, someone grab my ankles. I'm getting this.
Like, and that's
Honestly,
how I lost my
I was
hand.
thinking about it. I was like, guys.
Oh man, yeah. Like I said, it was pretty intense. It was nuts, and not only that, like dealing with everybody's egos, and then just being on camera, not trying to screw up. You know what I mean? And you know, no cross contamination, no double dipping on tasting. I mean, you have the best of the best chefs that are in this, and all in one room. It was pretty intense. It was nuts. It was nuts,
Man.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy competitive. Watching the show, like, you know, I don't know. It got my anxiety going up watching that thing go, and then that episode it didn't
Where
stop.
it never
It just
stopped?
kept
Yeah,
moving.
yeah,
I mean,
oh
come on.
my gosh! When the platform kept going, I grabbed the cod, and I was like waiting for taco shells because I'm like street food. Right up my alley. I mean, come
right.
on, man. Tacos. TacoTuesday.com.
That's
I was thinking about TacoTuesday.com while I was
love
in that
that.
episode. I'm like, man, I'm about to make this amazing tacos. We're about to do it. And then when the platform came down and I just saw these broken shells, I was like, is there anything else? Like at this time, I was like thinking, I'm like, I should have just made my own tortilla at this point. And I'm like, you know what? I screwed up. Let me just grab these shells and plate something right away. I mean, it was nuts. I mean, they liked it. You know, this last episode was pretty nuts.
It was crazy.
It was, oh man, that platform, it gave me anxiety.
I would also
Gave
like
us
to
anxiety.
say I
Yeah.
did not get the credit. So that I was pissed. I mean, you know, whatever. It's movie magic, right? They edit it however they want. But so I got flack for my savory churros, which was crazy. A crazy concept.
I
no
liked
matter
the
what.
idea though.
Right?
I mean, and it looked pretty delicious too.
And
Right.
so Chef Richard Blaze came over and I was telling him the concept and he's like, girl, if you can make this work, I swear I'm going to put it on one of my menus. Like that is so out of the box and so cool. But I didn't have like certain elements or like the equipment, I guess, to make it happen. Like I needed a piping nozzle and I needed the piping bag. They didn't have any of that.
Right.
So it kind of got whatever. But they never showed the moment where he was actually like, this is a great concept. It just made me look kind of like, she's cuckoo and this ain't gonna work. It's like,
Yeah, everybody looked at you when you pitched the idea. It's like, it's a donut.
I like the idea.
Yeah,
it's
that's up like it's a donut, but savory and
churros are-
spicy.
They have
Yeah.
to be sweet. I was like, do they though?
I like the idea of Blaze asking production, though. He's like, yo, cut that, because I actually do want to figure that out and put it on.
I know.
Like,
I
don't
swear
need
to
someone
God,
else
one of
picking
his
that up.
restaurants,
Like-
I told him too. I was like, yo, if you actually perfect that, I better get a holler. Like, I better get some kind of mention.
Right.
I know
He's like, cut. He's like,
He's
cut.
like,
he's like,
Scratch that idea.
He's like, do donuts have to be sweet? Like, are we sure about that?
he's at back home, like testing that shit, making his own pot of shoe.
That's how you come up with the good shit, though, that nobody's
Right.
ever thought of. Is you do something that sounds like it shouldn't be done, and then, I mean, isn't that how the potato chip came about?
Yeah.
Didn't they, like,
Yes.
drop a slice of a potato in a grill or something?
that's how toast came about. Somebody was like, no, fuck it, cook it again. Yeah.
Let's make it brown on the
right.
edges.
Just see
You
what
baked
happens.
it, now let's
Dice.
grill it a little and see what happens.
Right? A lot of accidents happen, right?
Yeah.
And then next thing it comes out really dope. Yeah, that's so funny. I want to talk about that one episode with the fish. The fish episode.
Oh, the tropical fish. Yeah.
Tropical fish. I mean, man, that was a lot. I mean, like you're thinking about a Mai Tai in Hawaii or this, and that. I mean, like, man. I mean, like, what did you make, Lauren?
Man. I mean, I got a lot of like social media or like flack for this one too.
What? Okay. Let's talk about it. Let's see.
I'm like the most loved and hated at the same time. I got catfish, and I actually
right.
did. It actually turned out really beautiful. And I should have ignored what my mentor told me. He was like, picked up I grabbed gochujang,
Yeah.
which I called it gushigan. And everyone's like, this fool.
So all the
I
Koreans,
mean, you know, I'm getting interviewed. Like, I'm sweating anyways. Like, we had just competed. I'm like, yeah, that Gucci gone or whatever. They're like, okay.
Look at her with her Gucci bags. She's over there
It's
thinking,
Gucci gone, okay?
Might as well call it. This is a Louis Vuitton. This is a Louis Vuitton of
This
Louis
is a
Vuittons. right.
But I did a cornmeal crusted catfish, which I'd never tried or cooked. And then I made a gochujang rice, and then I did some kind of, I forget what it was, but I did like a pickled salad on top of it. And it was actually like really well balanced and delicious, but the gochujang rice was kind of funky. And that was the one that actually my mentor was like, you got to add the gochujang to your rice. And I was like, do I though?
I remember that. I remember when you saying this is a bottom feeder. There's like this is the worst fish. This is like the worst thing.
Yeah, they
It was horrible.
interviewed me, and I was like, oh, it's a bottom feeder fish. Like I wasn't excited, and they're like, give us more, and I'm like, I mean, this is a garbage fish. And they're like, perfect.
There we go.
That was a soundbite.
Everybody in the South was on fire.
It's a
They're
ballsy
like,
choice, because you're Team Blaze.
I'm Team Blaze, yeah.
Ballsy choice,
And
turning down
technically,
Blaze's advice on catfish.
I didn't. I took his advice, and that's what kind of.
And that you did take it, and that's what they were like.
They didn't like the dish. They were like, I mean, the fish is good, but we don't like the goshugan. I'm like,
You know, that's the hard part when you listen to the mentor and then it like comes out wrong. But if you don't listen to them, they get upset.
Yeah.
You know,
there's like a little balance of like.
right. Gordon told me a couple times, you might want to do this. I'm like, I've done this shit 20 times. I'm always sauteing. I've done it like a million times. No, you're not going to tell me. You know?
Don't saute so aggressively. You're like, don't tell me what to do.
Yeah, just let me
You're
do
like,
my thing.
you go kick rocks.
Yeah,
I'll throw a pan at you.
Go talk to. Go
don't
talk
even
to
know
them.
what you're
Go talk to
doing.
Jordan. I know. Go talk to Jordan. Go talk to Jordan. You know, Jordan's amazing. He's an amazing social media chef. I mean, he surprised me. I thought he looked like a pretty boy, you know, and I'm like, oh, dude, this guy he's gonna get, you know, he might break a nail.
Jordan was fancier than me. Jordan comes like he was all
fancier.
blinged out. He had like his like Louis Vuitton duffel, and he's got like his diamond dripping in diamonds, and like he was a vibe when he first came in. I was like,
Oh yeah,
this guy is a lot.
And he ended up being like the biggest sweetheart.
Yeah.
Like he's just a lovable guy. He's really cool. He's a really team player. He was on my team with Team Gordon.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was pretty cool. And then you know, I just want to talk about the draft real quick. So we're there on the draft, right? So I'm standing there. I'm like, oh man, dude, like what's about to happen? Oh my gosh, dude. Okay, I'm looking around left and right. You know, there's an amazing room with chefs. You know, we're in the draft. So then, boom, Team Blaze. He picks over there. He picks Zach, an amazing chef from Hawaii. Then for their chef Naisha, picks Vaughn, an amazing chef. Right, so the next note's Gordon. I wasn't even expecting this. Gordon's like, okay, my first pick is Chris. I'm like, oh shit, he just said my name. I walk.
You're like,
up.
I'm gonna get yelled at so much. He's like, well, you don't know your own name? It's like, I just didn't know it was gonna be me.
Yeah. So I walk up. I'm like, so I was like, the first thing that popped up in my head, I'm like, dude, this is fucking dope. It's really cool. But then I'm like, oh no, like they're gonna expect a lot from me, like a lot. And I remember he's saying, don't fuck this up.
He said that a few times.
A few times.
That does not surprise me at all.
Don't fuck this up. He's like, just, I know you're good, but don't fuck it up. Yeah. I'm like, oh my God, dude, what is going on? That means bring your A game. Like every night I'm going back, praying in the hotel. I'm like, please bring it.
You're asking the front desk, you're like, do you guys have a walk-in I can cry in real quick?
yeah, exactly.
I love nothing more than to just bring it like he said. You know?
Exactly. I wanted to be on the Team Blazes. You know, I wanted to be on the Trailblazers.
You wanted to be on the best team.
We ended up being the best team, right? Right now we're looking good. Right? You know, Gabby's getting down, right? Jordan's getting down. You know, Zay.
Team Blaze. We had the blazement, they called it. We were
the Blaze
stuck in the basement forever.
Yeah,
so it seemed.
It did, right? It did.
It doesn't sound
Seemed
like a place that you
forever.
cook food.
I know.
I mean, we started getting comfortable though. It was funny to see other chefs like even. I think we had like a great positive energy group down.
Oh,
like,
definitely, you guys did.
Blaze.
Well, I want to say Zach, he's an amazing, I mean, Zach's story, I mean, like, Zach, I mean, from Hawaii, and, you know, he lost his house in Hawaii, and his backstory, I mean, he just...
Maui. Fires in Maui.
In Maui.
He just lost his house.
He just lost his house.
During the fires.
Yep.
So that was,
Damn.
that's his story. Like, you know, that's what happened. You know, he lost his home, and, you know, he was just like, you know, when they asked him, you know, you're excited to go back home, you know, after this, like, I don't have a home.
Oh, dude.
So, you know what I mean?
Like,
Jess.
tearjerker. I'm not a person that cries. Like, his story was one where I was bawling.
I mean, somebody loses their home. That's not like a sad movie. That's
No,
real life.
it's reality, because this is something that we saw on the news. We all saw on the news, you know? So it's like, you know what I mean? We're all competing, but then it's like, oh man, go Zach. You know, low-key,
But
like,
also,
go Zach.
Especially out here in
like-
Southern California too. Like that hit a lot of us.
Yeah.
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 But especially like, so Zach not only like he went through all of that, right? But then he also has a farm, and he actually like donates food and like makes meals for all of the families that lost their homes and everything. So he's like just the biggest hearted guy, and you're like,
Yeah.
I want you to win. Like, take it. I don't even want. Like, I don't want to compete anymore. Like Zach, he's just too good. He's too amazing. Like, give it all to him. I don't care anymore.
So right now on the show, he's on fire. I mean, he's right now he's on fire right now. He's doing his thing, and he's so humble. So humble. You know what? I just want to, dude. The last one, you know, my teammate Wendy being pushed by. Was she pushed or not? I don't know.
She was not pushed. She tripped on her own feet, and it's sad because the way that they edited everything, it's making it look like, you know,
someone tripped her.
Someone tripped her, or pushed her.
So this is what happened. So my teammate Wendy, she goes into elimination, right? During that was the tropical fish one.
Yeah.
Right? And then Angela was there too. Angela's a beast. I mean, she's a badass. Honestly, she's cool. She's nice. You know, but at this point you got this sweet Wendy, and you got this badass, right? Hard ass. So as they're running to the platform, I just see Wendy go, whoa. And what did you say? I remember your face was like.
So it wasn't okay. So she went flying. They zoomed in on me, and I was like, "Oh shit!" But it was actually I said, "Oh shit," because this girl went flying like across the stage, almost into the glass that it's the end of the stage, and then it's like a huge drop.
I thought she was gonna fall off the damn.
Yeah, it was like it looked like she was gonna just fly over, and she just popped right up. I'm like, "Oh my god!" So that's when I was like, "Oh shit." But they made it look like, you know. That could have
been a long word for you.
Yeah, I was like, wow, you just freaking popped right back up.
My comment was like, man, she popped up like an NFL player, man. She got popped and got back up. I'm like, man. It was
she
like,
caught it across the middle. She just right back up.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was great.
So we lost a team member, you know, on
she didn't die. She just went home.
No, you made that sound a little darker than
the people that haven't seen it. You're like, no, she's okay.
Yo, she's okay. Much love, Wendy.
Wendy is doing great.
She's doing great. No, but it was just crazy that I think that was like the OMG. Like when we talk about this show's intense. I mean, those were some intense moments.
Yeah,
intense. And there was some crying moments. You know, okay, I did get a little bit emotional. You know, I was cooking with emotion, so I went in. Thinking like this. So do I go in, cook with heart, or do I cook with pride, or do I cook with just kind of just go with the flow? I was like, you know what? I was talking to my dad on the phone, and every night. So I'm like, Dad, what do I do? He's like, I'll cook with your heart. So do what's best. Do what I taught you. So I was like, okay. He's like, make every dish count and remember every time when you grab something. That were just all the childhood memories that I've taught you and everything. So when I was cooking, I was just remembering my dad while I was doing this. So I'm over there cooking with emotion. I mean, Gordon was like, so what's up? I'm like, man, I'm cooking with emotion today. So that was the whole thing behind it. So when I got teary-eyed, I was like, man, this is, I remember the memories, like tropical fish. I did the barramundi sea bass encrusted with the pistachio, with the beurre blanc, with the dragon fruit relish. I made that one at the beach house in Laguna.
Nice.
You know, so it was crazy. So I was like, whoa, looking at this dish. I'm like, I just made this, with my dad back then. So, there's a lot of emotions. That
ratatouille moment where all of a sudden you just it takes you right back and all of a sudden
you're in a different place. Back.
Yeah.
And I felt like my dad was right there. So it was really cool.
That's fire, man.
How were you cooking it? Cool. You were cooking, you were happy.
I was having a blast.
Can I get that?
I was like, this kitchen is so big compared to my cooking on a jet. This is insane. Like I have 2 burners right now.
I want to unpack both of you guys' background and what brought you to the show. But before we do that, because I've been looking at these
we got to try a taco, man.
Shout out, and by the way, everybody, I wish you could see what happened behind the scenes. If you see our social media, you can.
Yeah.
My boy here rolled up the food truck. Miss Fancy Pants over here, shoes, outfit, she looked like this, running the line, crushing it, and this is what came out.
Yeah, check this out.
I mean, walk us through what we got. Okay. This is electric.
We're going to start off with this. You want to explain with the salmon? And then I'm going to explain the...
So this is our spinach and Nepal green street taco. And then on top of that, we have just some fresh purple cabbage. We have an avocado crema, lime crema. And then we have the grilled salmon. On top of that is actually a pickled zucchini slaw. And then we've topped it with a little bit of Tobiko caviar.
Yeah.
Whoa. Easy there. All right. So I want to present the al pastor taco. Okay. So being on the food truck, I mean, everybody's like, okay, well, it's street food. It's just Mexican food. What I do is California coastal cuisine in a tortilla, right? So, of course, keto or vegan, of course, we're vegan friendly. And when we're talking about, we're not just going to do something with, just some vegetables thrown together in a tortilla. Okay, this right here is a soy al pastor taco, right? So this is real al pastor on this side, on the right side. This is the soy al pastor. So we took the al pastor, rehydrated the soy, and in the al pastor sauce, it tastes just like the other one. So we're gonna try one compared to the other. We have a little bit of avocado mousse, also pineapple relish. There's nothing like having pineapple with al pastor, and also your mixed green lettuce. Yeah.
And sriracha aioli.
Sriracha aioli on there. And then the pink tortilla, we have a beet tortilla. So it's beet infused inside of a corn tortilla. Yeah, so this one's super amazing.
Pops of color, baby.
That's awesome. You actually brought in both of these tortillas. These are both kind of your creation.
Oh, yeah. So I create all these recipes with my team. I got to give a huge shout out to the whole Taste Collective team. Well, we sit there and we nerd out. And we I swear we nerd out. We're like, what if this? I mean, that's how the al pastor came out. Like we just nerd out with this food. So we come up with the ideas. Some of them don't work. Some of them just like stick. Mm-hmm. So I mean, this is the final creation. I mean, of course, you have a spinach nopal tortilla and also the beet tortilla. So beautiful colors. It's all about presentation. So yeah. So yeah, that's where we're at. So also we have the shrimp taco. We have the asada taco.
This is for the keto friendly.
Oh yeah, keto friendly. Go ahead.
No, you go. You know what's on.
Okay, keto friendly. We got butterleaf lettuce, of course. Asada. So that's Colorado Aspen Ridge asada, and we have also bell pepper relish, pickled onions, and on the other side we have a Jadori chicken taco. Yeah, definitely. Oh, yeah. So this is where we're at. Of course, the dots. This is my style plate presentation. We have lime crema, also sriracha aioli, and avocado mousse.
Ooh, this is wild.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I'm sold on everything that you all just said.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
I'm going to be digging in here in 5 seconds.
Let's
but
do it.
In order to do that, I got to get one of you answering a question so then I can chew because I'm not going to chew.
Right.
Lauren, I want to start with you. My mom was a flight attendant for years and years and years, and now she works on a private jet. So I've been on those jets. She's on a Falcon something, but I know those galleys are small. First of all, how did you get into doing that? And then what's it like for you? Because that's basically a mini cooking competition on its own every time you're on the plane.
Yes.
How did
1000%.
you get into that career, and what's it been like to take that skill set to the show?
So I actually started my aviation career commercially. I flew for Emirates Airlines. I lived in Dubai for a year.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah, it was very cool experience, super fun. And then I came back to the United States, and I knew like the whole purpose of going to Emirates was that I wanted to get into private aviation. And basically, I went to a couple of places, and they said, just get your feet wet, get your wings. And so I came back to the U.S. I worked for a private jet company as like front office, tried to weasel my way into, becoming the corporate flight attendant, but it is extremely hard to get into. You almost have to know someone. And then finally, I got my foot in the door. And I came to Los Angeles, started working for Clay Lacy Aviation, and I became what they call a floater, which a floater essentially is you fly all the different aircrafts, and you just, you're a flight attendant on everything, their entire fleet. So you do a lot of like charter flights. So I've been on Citation 10s, which are like the tiniest, super fast and fun, but so tiny that you have to like squat down. And mind you, I'm like 5'2", so that's a very small cabin.
Yeah.
All the way up to, G650. And during that process, I hugely noticed that aviation catering is, I'm going to say it again, guys, garbage. Total and complete garbage.
Yes.
You're
I do
paying
not disagree with you.
$50 for a dry Caesar salad. The lettuce is wilted. I'm like,
It's like some pre-packed something.
oh, it's terrible. It's worse than prepackaged. Like, it's worse. I feel like they genuinely like try hard to make it awful.
I've seen it.
It's the worst.
Well, we're going to get into
We're
that
going to
right
get
now.
into that. But so I noticed this and I was like, all right, I can't boil water. I could not cook at all. I was terrible. You can ask my ex-fiance. He would tell you she's the worst cook in the world. But I knew at least I could compose a salad, with cheaper like ingredients and make it look good. And so I started doing that. I just made the salads. I made crudité platters. I made charcuterie boards, sandwiches, and kind of started out small. And then I started kind of branching out. I made my own sauces and dips and started teaching myself how to cook a little bit better. And then lo and behold, I left Clay Lacy Aviation and I started contracting, and I met my now boss, who I've been with for 8 years now. And he told me he wants a chef on the jet. And I was like, all right, well, bye. Like, see you later, I guess. And he's like, no, I want, like, you figure it out. Learn how to cook. I believe in you. He's very French, by the way. So it's like, no, I think you can do this, and I believe very much. I'm like, okay, well, we'll try it. And 8 years later, you know, I got to that level, and he just kept pushing me like, this is good, but you can do better. You can do better. So it was like it was almost like he was my mentor.
He was like a French and less sweary Gordon Ramsay.
Exactly. He was a lighter version of Gordon Ramsay.
Don't fuck this up, huh?
Yeah, he still said, don't fuck this up. But
I love that. I love that. No, my wife, she's a commercial flight attendant for Delta.
No way.
So shout out to Avery. Love you.
Hey.
How does that? I wanted to ask you how your schedule works, because obviously she's on like every month they'll get their monthly schedule. You're gonna fly these routes, go here for X amount of days. Like, what is it like for you? Are you just on call all the time?
It's absolute insanity. Yeah, I am on call. I mean, not anymore, but I was on call for the last 8 years, 24/7. So he could literally call me up and be like, "Hey, we're flying tomorrow morning." Which, mind you, I'm the chef on the jet, so I have to food prep, like go grocery shopping, you know, like get flowers, just maybe make beds if we're going to Europe. So it's a lot. Super, super high stress job. But yeah, I would be flying probably 20 to 25 days a month.
Whoa, that's a lot of flying. That's a lot of flying.
I remember we're shooting the show, and then she's like, "Whoa, like I gotta go." Like he keeps, I gotta go, right? I remember that.
Yeah, he was like harassing me. He's like, "When are you done yet? Like when you come? I'm going. Like I have a trip," and I'm like, "I'm literally filming a TV show.
Yeah,
I cannot just be like, you know what, Gordon, peace out. I can't do this right now. My boss wants me back. Like, he's not satisfied with these other flight attendants that I've tried to line up for him. But you know, it's a very like incredibly demanding career. I mean, very fun. You know, it's great for somebody if you're in your 20s and you have unlimited energy and you just want to travel the world.
Yeah.
But now I'm like...
Terrible if you have a goldfish at home.
Yeah.
I'd probably get rid of the goldfish.
You know? It's going to be like, you know, belly up when you get home, but it's not a big deal.
Sorry.
A dog, that would be a different story.
I tried. Right? Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, where have you traveled again? I've been
to, like, I think... Last count was like 60 countries now.
60?
Whoa.
60.
Jesus, I think I've been to like 7.
Yeah.
Right?
It's a lot. I mean, especially when I was working for Emirates Airlines, I think a large majority came from that, just in that 1 year. Yeah. Because all those countries are so close together.
Just like
Yeah. But for the most part, like, you know, I mean, we travel a lot internationally, though, with my previous boss.
So, like, okay, so when my wife will fly somewhere, let's say she does, like, an international trip. She goes over to Europe, right? She'll stay there for, like, a day or two on a layover, and then they'll have her on some different flight working wherever back into the U.S. But for you as a private jet flight attendant, they're just like, hey, we're going to go here, and then, oh, surprise, I've decided to go from Spain to Portugal. We're just going to hop over.
Oh, yeah.
You have to prepare food for...
But also sometimes it's really cool because, like, we go to south of France a lot. And so when I first started flying for him full-time, he was like, okay, we go to south of France. And I'm like, okay. And I look at the schedule and I'm like, bro, this is 3 months. Like, what? I'm going to go, like, live in the south of France for 3 months? I was like, what the shit? This is the coolest job ever.
No kidding.
Awesome.
Yeah, so we would go and then we would just kind of island hop, right? We'd be in south of France, maybe like a week and a half. And then we would go to Porto-Cervo, which is like the billionaire's playground. And my boss was really cool because he actually gave us, like, if we wanted to do something fun, say rent a yacht, we had, like, he would just pay for it. So we could rent a yacht, or if we wanted to go skydiving.
Why were we not friends years ago?
Have you gone skydiving? Is that something that you like to do?
Yeah, I'm actually. So I was Class A certified. So I've gone skydiving like 45, 46 times.
40? I don't even like being on functioning aircraft, okay?
I'm scared of heights.
I go to like the airport bar or go to the doctor and get some meds beforehand.
I think I way
She's
too much
like,
for the
hey, it's a
parachute.
perfectly functioning aircraft. I'm going to jump out.
It's that whole, you know, like, why would you jump out of a perfectly good airplane? Like, why the heck not?
My wife does that. She doesn't give a shit. She loved skydiving.
Does she really?
She's like, hey, you got to go skydiving with me. I'm like, I'll hold
I
the
got to
phone.
meet your wife. She sounds like a cool
I'll have a drink ready for you when you hit the ground.
Right?
Yeah. You would love her. I mean,
I would.
get along great, but
we got to meet. Set this up, man.
No, I'm the buzzkill.
Whoa.
I'm the buzzkill.
I would be the buzzkill.
You know what? You don't know until you do it. And then you're like, whoa, this is... I literally, like, every time I actually came down from Big Bear today, and I was, you know, like, saw the cloud line, and I was like, oh, damn, it'd be so fun to fall through those clouds.
You're crazy.
Whoa,
You're crazy.
whoa.
I get up at cruising altitude, right? 40,000 feet. I'm looking out the window. My wife's like, oh, look at the mountains. I'm like, don't fucking peek the mountains.
Yeah,
right now.
exactly.
Like,
We're
way
the
8
same.
miles down there.
We're the same right here.
Nah,
right here.
dude.
Hey.
I'm like, let me know when we land. I'm going to try to catch a nap.
I don't mind being up high, but something about me You're small. Like
plummeting
you're
towards the earth.
ballistically sound. I'm like, it's like when Bugs
we
Bunny
hit the
opens a
ground
chute and it's
real
just
hard.
tools. Like,
Yeah.
I actually have a funny
love that.
story
I
because
love
I
that.
did actually. So I think it was like my 5th jump, like my 5th solo jump, because you got to get to 8 to be like, you know, fully licensed and jump
By yourself without.
by yourself without somebody. Because usually they're not touching you, but they're like jumping with you.
Yeah.
And so I think it was my 5th jump. And when you're skydiving, you know, when you're landing, you have to look at the horizon. And that's how you know, it's like almost like your rear view mirror. Objects are closer than they appear.
Right.
If you look straight down, objects are closer than they appear.
Right. You don't want to break your legs.
Unfortunately, I looked straight down. And so I was like, oh, ground's right there. Close my parachute. And then I look at the horizon. I'm like, oh, shit. I am still like at least 50 feet in the air.
Oh, man.
And my whole parachute crumbles. Luckily, they teach you how to fall. So you just like ragdoll like a dead body.
Right.
And I popped right up and I was like, no shit. Did I just like, am I a cat? I just survived.
you're like, how many more do I have left?
I was like, woo,
I don't smoke cigarettes anymore, but that just thinking about that made me kind of want one. You know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
right? I'm just like, whoa.
But I like, so I'm like
Two-story
walking
building.
back.
That's it. Just fell.
Just two-story building. Not a big deal. Nothing. Walking back to the, like jump site. And I'm like, man, everyone's like, are you okay, dude? Like, that was fucking intense.
Like, no, I'm still in shock.
I'm good.
You know, if I fall off of a 2nd-story roof one time, I won't be able to live in a 2-story
dead.
house from now on. I'm 1-story, like first-floor apartment, kind of
one of
got
those
the
like
rest of my
Looney
life.
Tunes outlines of me,
Yeah.
like just where the coyotes.
Yeah,
right there.
exactly.
Check out my 3rd-floor balcony. I'm like, nah, you
Nah.
can send me a picture if you
Right,
want to.
yeah.
I already fell off of one of those.
I'll just stay right here, right?
I mean, luckily, I just had a grapefruit-sized ankle by the time I like got
What was
back.
that all?
That was it. Just a
Nothing
little
to worry
sprained
about. You're
ankle.
good.
just
Yeah.
just a couple broken bones. That's it.
Waited 2
That's why I
weeks,
could've
did
walked
it all
for 6
over again.
months,
I was
no big deal.
Let's go.
That's so funny. That's crazy.
Chris, what was your background that got you up to the show? Because I want to unpack, because you mentioned 3-story buildings. I want to talk about the damn set at this point, but I don't want to do it without giving credit to your background and what got you here.
Before we do that, I just want to say I've actually known you a really long time. You
Right.
got me into the door at Tortilla Republic to be a bartender
Remember that?
many years ago.
2014.
Yeah, that was 2014.
2014.
Damn. Yeah.
I was the executive chef of Tortilla Republic. I was what? I was
Yeah.
young. I was a young cat. Mm-hmm. Man, we were doing 90,000 a week, and I was the executive chef. I was in charge of that whole operation. I don't know how I did it. That was crazy. And I remember
I know,
you came
dude.
in.
I was just like freshly 21, like, just learned how to tend a bar. And
Wasn't that crazy?
dude, that was actually one of the most fun jobs I ever had. I got pretty lost in the sauce a couple of those mornings.
Yeah. Oh, we all did. We
had those
all did.
Avion tequila cases.
Oh,
I was eating the pineapple. They were just soaking in tequila. I'm like, it's 9 a.m., but I don't feel like it's 9 a.m. I feel like it's kind of like 4:45.
Dude, I was in the sauce all day. I was like, oh man, and with all that pressure, woo, it was crazy. It was nuts. It
believe
was
it, dude.
busy. It was busy. I remember. I don't know how in the hell I pulled that off.
Ever since I met you, though, the whole point of that was like you've done so. I've seen you cook in so many different kitchens, man. You've been in so many different environments.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, it's pretty wild to see you on.
I've done some really cool stuff. I mean, like Tortilla Republic was a huge success. I remember
Place bounced. I remember that place.
Yeah.
That place bounced.
Savannah Chop House. I revived that one
Yep.
after the the BK. Then they came back and we did an 80% increase. Temple Urban Kitchen. Nobody knew what the hell it was. I was like, what is this? I remember they pulled me out of Tortilla Republic. They took me to Temple. We blew that thing up. We're doing $25,000 on a Saturday. We were
Damn.
doing 800 covers, and it was cool because it was really paying attention to like food like this and not overdoing it. Some people just try to do too much. It's like something clean, and the whole thing about food is how can you take a little bit of ingredients and make a lot of shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
That's what I learned with Culinary Adventures when I was with Rudy Pollock. You spoke to Rudy about this.
Yeah.
We had that. We're in
that
Palm
whole- I was
Springs.
like,
We're in Palm Springs, and then the whole concept that when I was 25 years old and I was running Savannah Chop House, they brought me. I had a mentor named Rudy Pollock. God bless him. He's right here. In Laguna Niguel. He's my business advisor, but at that time he was my boss, and so was John Martin. Their background was Taco Bell. They're the ones that built Taco Bell.
Right.
So how do you make all these ingredients with just a little bit? So that's the concept that I have. That's my background. How can I maximize the money? Because this is at the end of the day, this is business, and how can you make it look pretty and all that stuff? But I had a really good run. I had really cool stuff. Props to the other one in Laguna Beach. I don't like saying the name.
Yeah.
They don't deserve the credit, but that was one of my biggest successes. That was cool. I got to build everything with the blueprints, with the construction guys and everything. And we're doing. There was a 3-hour wait to get in that building. I mean, we had Adam Sandler in there, Will Ferrell, Chip Foose. I mean, all these celebrities were coming in just to see us. I mean, the way I had it was the hotels were sending us, the concierge were sending us, just nothing but reservations, and they came directly to my cell phone. So when I talk about being a chef, I'm really serious about this stuff. It's not just about making pretty food. It's about really taking care of my people, like really taking care of the sous chef, the chefs, and everybody else. And of course the servers and the managers and everybody. So when you're a leader, you really have to take that upon you. I think that's where all the stress comes on me. So it's pretty nuts. Yeah. So my background is being around Orange County for many years. Of course my dad's a chef. He came from the Rex, 21 Oceanfront, the Beach House Corporation. Michelin status. And so. So that was his background. He was very humble. I mean, he retired in 2010. He had a really good run in his time, and he taught me all this. So that's my background. And now, of course, I feel like I'm a retired chef now. Yeah, I cook in really cool mansions. I cook on really cool yachts. I cook on this really cool tour bus.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I have this cool energy drink, and we just have fun. And now we're going into aviation catering with Lauren.
Nice.
It's a Wonderlist Collective. I mean, we went a little bit into that. Like we're talking about the food that's going onto these private jets. I mean you said it. Garbage.
I've eaten it when my mom has come home from trips. She's like, I got a bunch of extra steaks and stuff, and I'll have it. I'm like, oh, it sounds cool. And then you have it. You're like, how are these people worth this much money and this is what they're eating?
Like, what do you from an animal?
Yeah, right. So I got involved with PJ and everybody else with At Your Jets, and then ACI's where we're going. We're with, and I started getting these orders, and they're like, hey, this company dropped the ball. Can you do it? Can you pick it up? I'm like, yeah, I'm right down the street. I'm 9 minutes away. The food truck's located 9 minutes away from the airport. So I'll go pick everything up, boom, put it all together, package it, bam, stamp it, tell number, boom, go over there, deliver it. And they kept seeing my face and like, hey, dude, this food's good. Like, this is pretty cool. So that's when, me and Lauren teamed up, so now we're Wonderlist Collective. And, we're going after that whole aviation. I mean, you want to talk about that?
Yeah. So it's so I have a big community of flight attendants. That's pretty much my whole social media platform is all flight attendants. And we talk about this often, like how terrible the food is. And that's kind of why, I started cooking. And I'm trying to help other flight attendants learn how to cook. But essentially the concept down the line, not initially. Initially, we're trying to bring higher value food at a lower cost. Let's make it just reasonable.
Yeah. Where
it's a normal restaurant pricing instead of an arm and a leg for garbage food, and actually make it taste good.
I think people would be astounded at the costs of these, because I've seen the invoices on some of these things, and it's
stupid.
Are you serious? You're paying this much?
Oh, thousands.
Yes.
Thousands of,
yes.
I mean, literally. So, normally, and these catering or charter companies way over order. So if there's 7 people on a flight, they're going to order 7 of each of whatever you have to offer. It's and the flight attendants are like, what the hell, man? This is a citation. Where am I going to put all this food? I got to throw it in the bathroom or something, you would be shocked where flight attendants shove food. It's hilarious.
Okay, so right now,
salmon taco and the Jadori chicken. Holy shit. Oh my God.
It's all about the flavors. So when I was at Temple Urban Kitchen, we had 2 really good chefs, Salvador Carrillo, and then there was Charlie, right? Salvador Carrillo, he won Best Chef Pellegrino of Mexico, right? He was only 23 years old at the time. This kid grew up really poor in Mexico. His grandma raised him, and he went into a restaurant. He worked at La Leche, really popular restaurant over there. I think they have a Michelin star, but he became the sous chef. He fell in love with food, and he taught me one thing. He's like, always cook, don't overdo it, don't overplate it, just clean ingredients, and use nothing but high level ingredients. So this is where where I present the tortilla. When people do the street tacos, they just get that store-bought double tortilla, and it's okay, the shell is not, so you can have a really good protein, but the shell sucks.
Yeah.
Just 2 generic corn tortillas. Yeah.
And it's what are you doing? It's almost like having a really good patty, but a sesame bun from Albertsons.
Well, I think this is even your episode, right? When you did the elimination, you you used the homemade tortilla.
Exactly. That was
the separating factor.
That exactly. And then Zealand, right?
Chef Zach,
Well, look at the chef I went up against. He's amazing, by the way. Matt. There we go. Chef Matt. He's an amazing social media chef. Big heart, big guy, big smile.
Yeah, he's a big dude.
Yeah,
I'm a big dude. And I looked at him. I'm like, "Ooh, you're a big boy."
Exactly. I remember. He's like, "Just go easy on me." I'm like, "Oh, bro, I'm gonna annihilate you, dude." I'm just, you know what I mean? And then the tortilla breaks on me, right? I thought I was done. But what saves me on that round was using a actually homemade tortilla. He used a store-bought tortilla. And that's where it really, and then also the radicchio really hurt him. But all of my ingredients were, I mean, I made one of these, you know, but, you know, the tortilla kind of fell apart, but, right?
I think the tortillas needed to be like rehydrated or something. They were
Right.
all like dried out because both of you guys made or like grabbed the fresh tortillas. And he gave up on his because he was like, this is like crumbling. So he took the store-bought one.
Exactly. I remember that.
Both had really good proteins, but it was like the difference of, you know, like you had a higher quality and the radicchio was a mix-up.
And you know what? It showed it right there on that episode on Elimination Round, you know. I kept going. But, you know, when I'm over here doing these food truck events, right? So there's like 5 trucks there. You know, everybody does tacos. I honestly do not want to be a taco truck at first. At first, I wanted to be a hot chicken sandwich. You know what I mean? Chicken and waffles.
You can't go wrong.
Wings.
Delicious.
Right?
Yeah.
Remember that? So, you know, all of this stuff I really wanted to do. And everybody's like, do you have any tacos? So I sat there with the team. I'm like, look, if we're going to make a taco, we're going to make the damn best taco out there. We're going to figure out this tortilla. And we're going to build it from ground zero. The tortilla has to be really, really, really bitchin'. And then from there, the protein. And then from there, what's going to go on there? So I did California coastal cuisine in a tortilla. As you can see, you know, all these flavors, you know, pineapple relish, you got pickled onions, you got sriracha aioli, you got lime crema.
With a little bit of caviar on top that just gives you that pop.
That caviar.
So good.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you know, when the people ask me, they're like, what kind of Mexican is this? Like Mexican food? I'm like, it's not Mexican food. This is California coastal cuisine.
You're like, just eat it.
Yeah, just eat it. Yeah, once they try it, yeah, just shh. Right?
You got to put your finger on his lips. It's going to be okay.
Wait, what? I like it. I don't know.
Right? So, yeah. So that's where we're at with these tacos. I mean, you know, I have a lot of pride with these tacos. You know?
Yeah, no doubt, man. You should.
Yeah. And, you know, it's an honor beat right here on TacoTuesday.com. I mean, like, this is so cool. I've been waiting for this moment. You know what I mean? Right?
Dude, I've been looking forward to this ever since we scheduled this podcast. I'm like, Chris Sorzin? No way, dude. No way.
Right?
And I saw you on Hulu. I saw, well, like both of you guys on Hulu. It's just super cool to have you on.
Right? And you got both of us, right?
No, we got the dynamic duo. Yeah.
Yeah, the dynamic
you ordered 2
duo.
tacos. We gave you 3.
Right?
For real.
So that's the whole concept behind, you know, Taste Collective with our tacos.
Yeah.
You know, just making some really cool stuff. And we didn't start with these colored tortillas. We started with a regular corn tortilla. So
I was going to shout out the tortilla.
Right?
Dude, it's delicious. And it holds the taco perfectly.
They're thicker. That's not like a regular corn tortilla, right? They kind of...
They just break at the bottom if you have any sort of crema.
So you got to double it up.
Yeah.
Right.
And then it's kind of like, well, now I've got mostly tortilla and no meat in this taco.
I want to show this off right here. Boom. Here's that's the tortilla, right? For those of you that can see it on camera. Boom. And then also the green one. Bam. So you can see they're thick. I don't have to use the double tortilla.
Yeah.
I call these the gorditas. So nice and thick ones.
Give them a little squish test. We just get them squished. They come back.
Damn. Look at this. Spongy. Right?
Love them.
Yeah. These are the best. So,
They're
yeah.
bouncy.
But it really is. I feel like a lot of people don't necessarily think about the importance of the tortilla, the way it stands, like holds the test of being held and eaten. You know, the flavor of it, the texture. It's quite a science, to be honest.
It is.
Yeah.
I mean, and I learned this with buns, like the brioche bun.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it has to be spongy. When the hot chicken sandwich, when I was doing the R&D on the hot chicken sandwich, I mean, there's so much grease that comes out of it, you know, because you have to double dip it. And, you know, once it comes out the fryer, the second fry, you put in the chili oil. And then from there, I needed, you know, I went to like, I want to say like 15 different buns. And some like would fall apart, would collapse when you're eating it and everything. The only one that really held up was the one from OC Baking. Shout out to OC Baking.
Yep.
Dean.
Shout out to them, Dean Kim.
Yeah, Dean Kim. I love that guy. You know, it held up right. Like it just, you know, it just, you know, got enough sponge in it, you know, and it got wet a little bit. So, you know, it just held its structure. It's, you know, so now these tortillas, they, you know, they don't fall apart on you.
Again, because there's only so much we can talk about with the show, and we've unpacked a lot already. And I know that we're starting to wind it down, but I got to ask about the goddamn set. This thing is a monster. Like most of the time you got like, you know, the big kitchen spaces, whether it's, you know, multiple stations, people think like cooking shows started out, at least here in the States, when we got like the Iron Chef imported over, like those things took off, Food Network. I mean, you know, they've had Chopped and stuff like that forever. And you've had other intense competitions. This thing is a monster for people that haven't seen. I have no idea how much this costs Fox to build or to insure, because you've got all the different cooking equipments leveled up on top of each other. Like I can't imagine what it's like for the camera crew to have to film it. But what is it you guys like? For people that don't know, we're basically talking about 3 stories, open-faced, basically, so that camera crews can see and they can see you guys. The platforms are moving. What is this thing like in person?
It's actually larger than 3 stories, I think, because the ceilings are so high because, you know,
They have to
it
be
like
high.
needs to vent all that
that's
smoke
true.
and
Yeah,
everything
okay.
as well. So it's, I mean, this is like a giant building that's inside another giant
I was gonna say, is this
building.
like in one of the sound studios? Like
so
it's like
in,
filmed up
this
at Fox
massive,
or?
Well, I think it was actually a farm, right?
Yeah, it was a farm.
It was a farm.
Oh, okay.
You know what I can compare it to? The Tustin hangers.
Oh shit.
Okay. Wow.
For anybody that doesn't know,
It's like
go look
huge,
those things up. They're massive.
Oh, I mean, you could see that from the 73 freeway. The hangers. So when
Wasn't that where the
That was
like,
the
they
El
keep the Goodyear and
Toro,
everything?
yeah, the,
Where they keep
No.
the Goodyear
it makes the
brand.
blimp look small.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So these, I mean, they're like huge. I mean, these buildings were huge. When I was looking at it, I remember pulling up. We were on the bus, right? So we all came in on the bus. You know, we leave the hotel, so we all pull in. Next thing you know, I'm just looking at it. I'm like, whoa, this, you know, it's like huge building. There's two huge buildings because of all the offices too.
Yeah.
But you know, I remember the first time, like, okay, guys, we're about to show you. I remember the walk-in. Right when we walked in, the lights, the background, I mean, the cameras, everything is like, whoa. And then the stage where the judges are at, the mentors, I'm like, whoa, this place is massive. It's huge. I mean, just seeing that big building, it's so cool.
That's awesome. What does a day of shooting look like for you guys? I mean, obviously, like they change a
Curious
little
about
bit,
that
stuff
for
like
you,
that.
actually.
She's like, "Fuck you guys, I got makeup
What
sometimes."
time
Yeah.
did you wake up?
Oh gosh, because we
you
had
had
to
to
be
get
down
ready.
there at like 6.
6 o'clock. Yeah.
So yeah, I remember the first day. I think I woke up at 4 a.m. because
Yeah.
I was like, I don't do makeup normally, and they're like, they also let us know we're doing our hair and makeup. So we had to come in full hair.
Come
and
on,
makeup.
Fox.
Yeah, I'm like, what is this bullshit? Like, I'm gonna be on TV and I don't know how to do makeup and I'm gonna look terrible. So I woke up at 4 a.m. and started watching like
You're like on
makeup
YouTube tutorials?
Oh my God.
100%.
Oh
And
my
I was
God.
like, I'm gonna learn how to do my makeup, I guess. And so yeah, I ended up doing my makeup. I watched a really good tutorial, and it looked like I felt like a trollop, let's say. I had a lot of
trollop?
makeup. Yeah, a trollop, you know.
She came
I had
out
a
like this.
lot of makeup.
I was like, whoa.
Like I got down, yeah, everyone's like, "Damn, like what the hell? Are you going out tonight
You
or
look
something?"
bright.
But like, did you just get home?
Put on the sunglasses. You're like, oh, hey, Lord.
Yeah, I was like, "Dang, what's going on here?" But then I showed up to like, so we did technically have hair and makeup. They did like light like touch ups, and they were stoked.
Yeah.
They were like, "This is gonna look so good on camera," and they're like, "This is actually how you do your like makeup for a TV show." But so after that, and then they also told us you have to maintain this look throughout the entire thing. So I was like,
Oh, yeah.
You're like, are you?
Oh,
kidding
great.
me?
Let me just do that.
I was like,
Let me
this
just
took
do
me
that.
so long to do. So now I'm committed to waking up at 4 a.m. every day. But
You're like, I'm gonna need some Sephora gift cards.
yeah, I was like,
for
this
sure.
is
Oh, for real. For
stupid.
real.
I actually had to like Uber, or what was it called? Deliveroo.
Oh, yeah.
I had to like Deliveroo, which is basically like, you know, UK Uber Eats.
Yeah.
Makeup, like, and hair stuff, because I didn't have any like curling iron, all that BS.
All that stuff.
Yeah.
Sorry, where are you guys filming this?
Ireland.
It's
Yeah,
in
that's
Ireland?
Right. That flight was crazy.
And then
Yeah.
Chris was like a baddie because he was like trying to suss out the situation, or you were tired from the flight. I don't know.
I was like, I never traveled before, so I was like, this. I'm like, I was all quiet, and I'm like, dude, I'm lost. I'm like, I was like a lost
Was
little
that your
boy.
first time going to Europe ever?
Yeah, that's what I was like.
dude.
I didn't even have a passport. You know what
No
I mean?
shit.
It was hard to get a passport.
How did you get over? Oh, you had to like get one last minute.
Yeah, I had to expedite it, and I was like, I almost didn't make it. So you know what I mean? I was like, I didn't even know where in the hell I was at. I was like, what is going on? You know, I went to Hawaii once, but you know what I mean? Of course I was,
it's still
but-
the U.S.
Right, it's still the U.S. and then my family, you know, like, hey, you might want to go this way, go make a left, read the sign, you know, you might want to go here, you know, like I had my like guidance, you know what I mean? This one is like, they're like right away when I'm there, they're like, inspection. I'm like, okay, open your bag. Okay, I'm like, okay, open your bag. I'm like, all right, I don't have anything. You know, what are you doing here? I'm like, working.
It's the face tattoos. Bro.
It
wouldn't have even fucked with you if you didn't have
I signed an NDA, sir. I can't tell you.
I can't tell you exactly why I'm here.
Even just my few
are you
tattoos, like, and I got a coloring book tattooed right here, but people like sit next to me on the plane, they're just like
sizing you up, like
not to be trusted. This guy,
yeah,
you know, push him out the window if anything goes wrong. You know,
That's why you got to keep those tattoos hidden.
I'm like, I'm pretty
knows.
normal. You know, I just kind of want to sit quietly and not talk to anyone on a flight at all.
Right.
You know, and then you get the
love
weirdo
talking
that
to
like
people.
I had this guy that pulled my headphone out once when I was flying to Atlanta.
No, you did
He kept
not.
tapping on my shoulder and like pointing at his screen. I'm like, just fucking ignore him. He won't even know that I'm here. He kept doing it, and then he pulled my headphone out, and I was like, yeah. He's like, whoa, you gotta watch. Have you ever seen this show? He's just a total weirdo. I'm like, yeah, dude. He wanted to put his headphone in my ear. I'm like, I'll just watch. I'll just watch. Yeah.
A man was arrested today for trying to open the door and throw another man out of it.
Yeah. I worry about shit like that when I'm on planes. I'm like, you don't touch this red handle, dude. I'm like the safeguard right here. I don't think you could open it, but I'm not gonna let you try.
That is so funny. You know what? But I do gotta admit, there was an amazing farmers market.
That was fun.
Yeah, once
They would
a
let
week.
us like go have a little. They would walk us.
Is that the one like in Dublin?
Yeah, in Dublin.
No, it wasn't.
Wait, we weren't.
Technically,
No, we
we
weren't in
in
Dublin.
Dublin.
No, at that
I
time.
forget
no.
where we
This
were
sounds
at.
a little more like North Korea. Yeah, your little tour guides. It's like, hey, follow the group. Some dude with a bayonet's like this way. You're like, all right, dude,
Yeah,
damn.
right, yeah.
I'm going.
For real, it's like, hey. Hard ice. I remember hard ice.
Hard ice. That
Hard
means,
ice
like,
meant like shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
There's ice, which is like, yeah, like
Just shut up. But
hard ice
shut
is
the
like, I
fuck
will
up.
murder you if you say it one
Yeah.
word.
And who's telling you hard ice?
Wayo.
Wayo.
Daddy Wayo. He was like our
Daddy
dad.
Wayo.
Shout out to
Love you,
Wayo.
Wayo.
You're the best.
Yeah. Wayo was.
he
You
was
sound awesome, bro.
He was the head. He was the head of all
no,
of
he was like the
welfare.
Yeah, welfare. So he was in charge
Okay,
of keeping
yeah.
us safe and everything.
So
But-
that the group
Safe.
concierge like managing everybody. Like, well, it's got to be like herding kittens. I mean, you get a bunch of
Yes.
chefs together.
oh, we're the worst.
A lot of stuff is going to happen.
We're the worst.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
We're like, should I sneak down to the bar and go get a drink?
The answer is
Oh
yes.
my gosh.
It's Ireland. I don't want to be rude.
So
that.
Vaughn. When I first met Vaughn, you seen
Wait, are
Vaughn,
you
right?
going to tell the the real Vaughn?
Okay, well, I'm just gonna say, dude, he seemed like the biggest asshole at the beginning,
such a
right?
dick.
He was an asshole. Like, what the fuck? I want a black barber to cut my hair. Like, well, we're not gonna find you one, bro. I'm like,
We're in Ireland.
This is Dublin, dog. This is not- yeah.
So then from there, it just and he's like, just every day he was just like crazy. But he ended up being like the most nicest guy ever.
But not during filming.
No, filming he was an asshole.
He was a total, like,
Yeah, he was-
he would literally hide in a corner, and if anybody came over to talk to him, he'd be like, fuck out of here, like, yell at you. And then he
You
ended
want?
up being
like, yeah,
the nicest, biggest, like,
teddy bear.
teddy bear.
Yeah.
Like, one of the girls, which we all knew each other, right? And we, like, went through a lot of shit together, but she invited us all to her wedding.
Oh yeah.
Oh, cool.
And of
Nicole, right,
all
Nicole?
people, Nicole.
Shout out to
yeah,
Nicole.
shout out to Nicole. But
Congrats, Nicole.
yes,
Congratulations.
she's amazing. She's a big sweetie. But she invited all of us, and of all the people, freaking Vaughn, the like asshole of the show that we all thought he hated us, shows up to her wedding, and Angela, who was also like
She was mean.
spicy to everybody
Yeah, she was
else,
spicy.
except for me, because we became girls. But
She's cool.
Because you're spicy too. so.
I'm spicy
Yeah.
too. Yeah, we fought over a plate.
Oh yeah.
I got a spicy wife. I know the type.
Yeah, we're yeah. Like we seem sweet, and then it's like, I mean, probably shouldn't mess with her though a little bit.
Yeah.
No, but it was cool. Like Vaughn, I mean, man, Vaughn was just a trip. I mean, he would just take off to the bar. He would just all right, late. I'm like,
Or a restaurant.
He would go to a
So
restaurant.
Vaughn didn't need a tour guide. He
No.
didn't need the North Korean like
Vaughn is
military
a
advisor.
giant,
Right?
like giant, sassy Southern man, and he's just like, I'm gonna do whatever I want. And everyone's like, well, I think you should probably stay here. And he's like, I'm not going.
I probably would have gone with Vaughn to be honest.
Yeah, I was like,
I wanted to.
are we allowed to do this? Like, can I join
Because
you?
it looks like it's just happening. So
He would just show. He would just show up in the elevator, like out of nowhere. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, hey, what's up, man? I'm like, where'd you get all those groceries from, bro? He's like, the fucking store. He's like, shut the fuck up, Chris.
He's taking a handful of Advil. Don't you mind where I was, dude? I'm rehydrating now.
Yeah, it was a trip, and he was
100%.
always fucked up. I mean, he was always with his Jameson. It was fucked. It was
He
fucking.
was-
Yeah, you get
The
lots of that
best.
over there.
Oh yeah, he was like, I'm going to a
greatest thing.
pub. This is. I've done my work for the day. I'm
Right?
like, I kind of love this guy a little bit. Like I
respect
feel
it.
like he really doesn't like me, but I feel like we could be friends.
Yeah, no, and he ended up being like the coolest one. I mean, like we did episode 4. We did this huge party in Hollywood. I mean, Ari was there, Vaughn, Wendy. Who else went?
Mata.
Mata. Yeah, Mata. Oh man, shout out to Mata. He's the big.
Yeah. Huge dude.
I honestly,
He's very nice when you see him on camera. Is he like that?
Oh,
Just in general,
yeah,
just like a
Mata's
big teddy
sweetie.
bear.
He's a big teddy bear, but during competition mode, he's a beast.
I mean, he's
a
like the kind of
beast.
guy you want to be competitive, but you don't want to say shitty things to him.
Yeah.
Because he looks like a big dude.
You say from like a distance,
He's
you're like, what?
massive.
Yo, that dude is huge, man. He's badass, but he's like the coolest guy ever.
You don't want to be running for the same ingredient next to him.
Right?
Yeah.
He's just gonna pick you up and be like,
No, why don't you have the salmon and I'll get the catfish?
I honestly
You know
would.
what? You deserve it. Yeah.
So we're getting off the plane, right? And then I'm sizing everybody up, like, okay, cool, all right, this is a competition. I saw him like really big. I'm all, dude, he's gonna be the first one to go. I mean, like, dude, he's too big to fit in the kitchen, you know? You know what I mean? Oh man, poor guy. I mean, like, he's still going right now. He's going strong. I mean,
He's actually, like, he was a surprise to me, too. I was like, oh, this is, like, whatever. Because he has the background of, the WWE thing?
oh yeah, he was on WWE. That's
No surprise, he looks like he
Right?
would fit the
Yeah.
type. Yeah.
in that voice, that you
He's
know,
just
that,
an incredible, like, character to watch as well. And I was like, all right. I think he's probably, like, one of the characters.
yeah.
And then he showed up, and I was like, damn, he actually can cook. Like, he's actually a really good cook.
Yeah.
So
That's awesome.
there were a lot of surprise talents in this season.
Yeah, I think he should have been on like that movie 300 or something. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? This is Sparta.
He was the runner-up for Leonidas, dude.
yeah. You know what I mean?
He's like, abs? I got abs.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
What are you talking
You want me to
about?
throw somebody into a hole, dude? I'll do that right here.
Yeah, and then he ends up on Next Level Chef. You know what I mean? It's crazy. You know
Cooking
what I
up to a lot of
Like,
shrimp.
Right? How did Wendy end up on Next Level Chef?
I don't know. I saw Wendy on the plane, and I was like, damn, she's cute. I was like, she better not be on the show.
Oh, yeah. I remember
love
seeing her. I
her.
was like, oh, okay, cool.
She was like,
So you all didn't know exactly who was on the show. You just looking around seeing like, hey, look and see who
we didn't
can
know
cook.
until we got on the bus. So they like had people like pick us up. But
Oh, yeah.
100%. I was like looking around. I'm like, who could possibly be on the show? But I got moved back to the bulkhead. Like, so I think everybody else was in the or in the back. I don't know. But I was nowhere near anybody except for when I first sat down. I think we were all kind of close together, and then they moved me. But I remember seeing Wendy putting her bag in. And she was in like these little like tight yoga pants, a little crop top. She's got like this crazy like long jet black hair. Her makeup all done up. I was like,
You're in your seat, just like, I'm looking at
yeah, I was
you.
like,
you
I
know?
see you.
I
dude.
see
Like,
you.
oh, you look good. I'm not gonna lie. I'm in like pajamas and like my hair's a mess, no makeup. I'm like, I mean, I probably should have tried
I
harder.
look homeless on planes. I wear workout pants, dude. My big comfy socks. You know, I'm just
Oh yeah.
I'm just trying to get from A to B. You know.
I'm just
man.
trying to get from A to B and be cozy at the same time.
I bought this printed hoodie. It's like all graffitied out. So I was wearing that with a hat. You know what I mean? Just, you know,
You
some
look
sweats.
stylish.
Really?
Yeah, you look
No way. I felt. I was like, man, I think I popped. I look like one of those. I look like one of those rappers, like one of those, you know, like mumble rappers. you know what I mean? It was so funny. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
What do you guys have to drink? You got any codeine?
yeah. I was like, where's my purple?
drink?
Where's my purple?
Drink?
Yeah, where's my purple drink? Yeah, it was so funny. I was like, what the hell was this guy? You know what I mean? I love that hoodie.
Yeah.
It's so bright and colorful, just like the food truck.
It's a cool one.
You know what I mean? So yeah, that's our Ireland story, right?
That's awesome.
It was pretty dope.
And obviously still going. So people
Still
can
going.
tune in and see it. Fox and Hulu, like we said, because we're hitting our mark on this.
Yeah.
For sure.
And you guys got to get back to, I'm assuming,
You got to go back
press
to
stuff.
Dublin
I mean,
pretty
you guys are
soon,
done
so-
filming, but
Let's go. Let's go Dublin.
I'm about to friggin' hide in the engine wheel or something like that.
Right?
I'm going back
I'll be
for
with
sure.
the luggage.
It's
Well,
fun.
I mean, when people aren't watching you guys on the show, when they're not tuning in on Hulu and checking you guys out, and obviously, I want to say at the time that when this goes public, I want to say the next episode will have come out. So obviously, everybody go and catch up. Where can people find you guys at on as far as like social media, websites, kind of everything that you said that you guys have going on?
So yeah, you can find me at Wanderlust Flight or at Wanderlust_flight on Instagram, and then you can also DM me there and get me to cook at your house for a moderate rate, I would say.
Let's go.
All right.
Then mine is just at Chris Tzorin. You know, Chris, my last name Tzorin. You know, of course, me and Chef Lauren, you know, we teamed up. We're doing personal chef experiences on your yacht, luxury Airbnb, your home, you know, anywhere from parties of 2 and up. You know, we use this food truck as our massive catering kitchen. You know, it's not just just made just to do, sales or whatever on at breweries or anything. It's actually a catering. It's our catering vehicle. So yeah, you can find us there, luxury catering, personal chef experiences, and, aviation.
What about the upcoming project, Wanderlust Collective?
Yeah, so the Wanderlust Collective, we haven't fully rolled that out. There's a lot of, we're learning there's a lot of like permits and things that you need in order to.
We're almost there.
For the FAA. So, but that is coming probably very soon, within the next year at least.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. But right now we're just making our connections with the actual like brokers and everything for private aviation. So
awesome.
It's coming.
It's coming, baby.
Real quick,
so cool.
30-second answers before we wind down. Favorite experience from the show. Lauren, we'll start with you.
Ooh.
That you can talk about, I guess, up unto this point, because I don't want to get you.
Unless you
I don't want to get you in
stuff
trouble.
that you can't talk about, we're down to hear that.
I can't. Okay.
We can cut the cameras.
I think, honestly, like the most memorable thing for me was my elimination challenge day. That was insane. So I actually went, we had to make a curry dish. I don't eat curry. I've never actually made curry. So obviously I went into the elimination round.
And traditionally not a fast thing to put together.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like a mole. It takes a while.
forever to build that flavor profile.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a crazy thing to cook in 20 minutes, but that's where we were at. And I had to go up against a pro chef, Ari, who is actually a really incredible professional chef. And our task was to make buttered chicken. Another dish I had never tried, never seen, never made, had no idea what I was doing.
Good.
Whoa.
Chef Ari, she was hyper confident. She makes this all the time. She's, she was like, I got this in the bag. And I actually freaking killed it.
Yeah.
Just killed it. And unfortunately for Ari, Ari got sent home on that one. But it was definitely a moment. It was actually like when the first time that I felt like I had earned my chef's knife tattoo. I'd been wanting to get a chef's knife tattoo for so long. But I was like, I don't think I earned it yet. I'm not really a chef. Mm-hmm. So in that moment, like beating a professional chef, on the show. So like as soon as I left, not actually in Ireland, not as soon as I left, in Ireland, I went to a tattoo shop.
Let's see it.
Nice.
Oh, that's so rad.
Let's go.
I love
Congrats.
my tattoo.
That's very cool.
And it's really good
Showing
work,
off the
too.
guns, too. She's like,
Yeah,
oh,
she's like,
have you seen this?
She's like, the beach is that way.
Yeah.
Shout
I
out.
gotta get something else over on this side so that I can like do it proper. But
Yeah.
She's going to be like, see other arm.
with like a knife
out.
pointing this way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love
That's
it.
actually
I
a
love
great
it.
idea. But yeah, that was probably my like, I'm a chef. Oh, great.
Chris, what about you? Up until this point in the show that we can talk about.
You know what? My greatest moment, I want to say when Gordon asked me about my dad.
Yeah.
Because I remember being a kid, washing dishes, and I remember Gordon was barely blowing up with Hell's Kitchen, and I remember my dad's like, hey, because my dad was a badass. He was an asshole in the kitchen, but his name had to be up there, and. He's like, my dad had a lot of respect. He has still a lot of respect. A lot of his cooks became chefs, for the Montage, Ritz-Carlton. They're all over. Like, it's cool. So he trained everybody. And I remember one day he's like, Chris, who's your hero? I'm like, you are, Dad. He's like, no. Who's your hero like out there? Like, be honest with me. I'm like, Gordon Ramsay, one day I want to meet him. He's like, you're going to meet him one day. He's like, but you got to work your ass off. He's like, when you do meet him that day, tell him I said hello. I'm like, and I remember when Gordon's like, when we did my backstory, and then Gordon's like, I have a lot of respect for your father. And, when that came out, my dad saw it. He's like, hey, remember that one day you were a kid? He's like, yeah. Even Gordon has respect for me. I was like, whoa, bro. Oh my, that was my best moment. Because I feel like I accomplished something,
Yeah, no doubt.
I worked my ass off, sacrificed. I want to say every single birthday, holiday, weekends, down from kids being born, being, going back to the restaurant and everything. It's crazy to say, hey, I accomplished something like really cool. I manifest this. I closed my eyes one day and I said, oh man, one day it's going to happen. I truly believe in manifestation, I manifest this. I closed my eyes and said, one day I'm going to do it, and I did it. And it goes back to like with Guy Fieri. When I did that show, I manifest that. Next time with Guy's Grocery Games, and then Cutthroat Kitchen and all this stuff. Now it's like all these shows that I've done and up to my career right now, this is really cool. Like, this is really cool. And it's not just the restaurant scene that I'm, the restaurant scene, I feel like I graduated, I hung up my jersey, my chef coat from the restaurants. Now I want to go into aviation. I love being on the food truck. I love giving people an experience, the personal chef experience. So that goes back to my, just that question you said. That was my best experience, and it just goes along with everything else.
Hell yeah, man. That's awesome.
Dude, that is awesome. I mean, ever since I met you, you've always had the attitude of like, I'm here right now, but this is where I'm going. Like, I'm just here right now. This is what I'm doing for right now, but like, I'm going there.
Yeah.
It's very cool to see like how successful you become. And
thank you. Thank you.
I don't know. Just like having known you for a long time, I think that's really awesome, man.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. There's so much more that's good that's coming. I mean,
it's gonna be a big year.
I can't wait till you guys are the chefs on my private jet.
Yeah.
I'm manifesting the private jet, dude.
Let's go. Yeah, manifest that. 2 weeks ago, we're what, in Palm Springs? Mm-hmm. It was our first personal chef experience together, right? So we're with Viore, right?
Yeah, Viore Clothing.
I didn't even know who they were. She was like, "Oh my gosh." I'm like, half the time I don't even know who I'm cooking for. I swear to God, I'm like,
I was told you're special, Yeah,
I'm like, I'm special. I'm making these. You know what I mean? So yeah, and then she's like, "Oh my gosh!" So when we got there, those presents ready for us and everything. I'm like, man, this is kind of a big deal. It's fun. So we're just gonna let this culinary adventure just take us organically and just reach new heights. It's gonna be fun. I mean, I'm having fun. Are you having fun?
Not at all. This is the worst.
Worst.
I mean, we're
you guys are terrible.
Right? We're over here doing interviews, cooking tacos. We're on the food truck. We're at people's luxury Airbnbs. We're private jets. I mean, who else can live the dream like that?
Sounds rough.
You know what I mean? It's
a
cool.
chef's life.
You guys definitely have a unique life doing what you do.
I think it's just a matter
travel
of like
the world.
saying yes.
Yeah.
Say yes to all the opportunities.
Yeah, and I mean, she gets to travel the world. I get to travel all the cities. I mean, last week I was over in Lake Paris. I mean, that was really cool. I was there for the whole week. Week before we're in Palm Springs. You know what I mean? The week before that I was in LA. And then from there San Diego. Like, this is really cool. Like, being stuck in a kitchen, and I got to tap on this. A lot of chefs are like, Chris, what are you doing? You went from being in these 5-star restaurants to being on the food truck. I'm like, well, being rich is being full of life. And I'm full of life right now. Being stuck in a restaurant, going there every day, my same parking spot, even though it's VIP, I get in there, walk in, I have to deal with the server's drunk or the bartender's drunk or didn't show up, the cook didn't show up, dishwasher didn't show up, the order didn't show up. I got bored of it. I got tired of it. Right now, this is the dream. This is just going out, having fun, go getting it, hustling. Like I always say, the dream is free, but the hustle's sold separately.
Yeah, no doubt.
I love hustling.
Yeah. And you guys get something new every single day, potentially. You're never waking up thinking, I'm going to have the same fucking day that I had yesterday.
Right.
You're going to go have a completely different experience with totally new people, different food. I'm in.
What is fun? Like, the unknown is so fun. Like, you walk into a situation, you're like, oh, shoot. Like, this is not what I was expecting. How am I going to do this? And you just find a way, right? Every time you find a way, and it just makes you that much stronger, and it builds that like repertoire of knowledge, right? In the kitchen. And you can pull from that all the time. So it makes you a better chef, and it makes you better under pressure, essentially. Like, I think even in the show, like, you'll see, initially they didn't really give me a lot of screen time because I was just like, doing my thing. I wasn't like, no stress, nothing's going on. They're like, this bitch is boring. Then I was like, this is fun. Like, I got in the groove, and then I'm singing and dancing and jumping off the things. And they're like, well, now we like her more.
I'm like, what was in that water bottle?
You
had whiskey in the water bottle, right?
I know. I was like, woo!
She had tequila in the water bottle, dude, right?
I should have. I did not.
I think Bond did.
Bond for sure, yeah.
Bond did, right?
You've been drinking a lot of water. Are you okay? I just dehydrated.
This one's empty.
I tripped. My shoes must be untied.
yeah. It was a lot of fun. I mean, that was really cool. Yeah.
It was fun. But no, I mean, that's, like that's corporate aviation as well. Like, being on the jet, everything changes. And then, being a chef, you start to learn that way. And you can tell the difference, the pro chefs as well. You watch the pro chefs cook, they're pretty cool, calm, and collected. The home chefs and like social media, they're like sweating,
stressing.
Like, chef, I think I'm gonna make this dish, and I'm not really sure about it. And the chef's like, well, friggin' figure it out, man.
Oh my gosh,
you can really see the stress levels between like the people that are cool, calm, and collected, and the people that are like super overwhelmed.
Yeah,
it really comes out.
You've been
in
a
watching.
kitchen, it's like, well, shoot, this happens when you're at home. I don't know. Like it's like shut up, kid. Like I'm gonna cook dinner. Give me a minute.
This is a little burnt, but you're gonna eat it anyway.
Yeah.
Well, that was Zay and what my whole team was all social media chefs. I mean, Gabby, Zay, also also Jordan, and then it's just hearing them. I'm over there doing my thing. I'm like, fuck. And they're like, oh my god, chef, can you please help me with this? I don't know what I'm doing. Gordon's over there cooking their dish for them. I'm like, oh, you little bitch. I'm like, you little bitch,
You guys didn't hear that. We love you.
It's all good. I love you. I'm just saying it. I'm just saying the truth.
bitch in a nice way.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
You're a little bitch, but...
You know what I mean? I'm just saying it's kitchen talk. It's kitchen talk. You know what I mean? It's kitchen talk. It's not shit talk.
Dude, I've been chewed out by many a chef. Chefs that liked me, they were totally cool with me. We'd go out and have beers after work, but like in the kitchen, take this fucking plate and get out, dude. Don't leave a mess. Don't ever ask me to remake some shit I already made. Like, I made it correctly. That motherfucker does not know if I made it correctly.
That person's tongue is burnt.
Yeah, the people at table 6, they don't know what medium well is, but I do.
Right.
Take it over there.
That's so funny.
It's very true.
Yeah, definitely. So, yeah.
No, this was awesome, man. We can't thank you guys enough for coming on.
For real, this was a particularly fun one with you guys.
Really? That was pretty dope, huh?
Yeah,
this was a good one.
No, I'm super stoked you guys came on. Thank you very much.
No, thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Fun.
We could keep recording all night.
We've got more tacos in the truck.
We got more tacos and tequila. We could be here for a while.
Yeah.
So, before we hold you guys hostage.
Taco Tuesday. See you then.
Right.
All right, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Happy Taco Tuesday. Cheers.
Chin
We'll see ya.
Bye-sies.
Bye.
Don't forget to check out the taco truck. Let's go on that taco tour, right?
That's right. For sure.
Let's do it. I think
Stay
that's gonna be the next one.
tuned.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
yeah.
Taste
Shout out to
Selective.
Snack Energy, and we out.
Cheers, everyone.
TacoTuesday.com. Yeah, that's right. Taco Tuesday. It's Taco Tuesday. Taco Tuesday. It's Taco Tuesday.